Listen closely. What I'm about to reveal may change everything you believe about struggle, failure, and mindset. There are two kinds of people in this world: those who merely survive, always complaining, exhausted, dragging through each day, and those who flourish in adversity, who smile when others fall apart, who stand tall while the world breaks down. The difference is not intelligence, luck, or education. It's something Napoleon Hill studied for over 25 years. Mental attitude. He discovered that it's not about superficial optimism or empty positive phrases. It goes deeper. It's a spiritual power forged through faith, vision, and unwavering action aligned with purpose. Rockefeller, Edison, Ford, Carnegie, they all faced devastating moments. Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Rockefeller battled deep depression after financial crises. And yet each one turned impossible obstacles into stepping stones for greatness. They didn't beg for help. They called opportunity and watched the world align for them. So ask yourself, what's controlling your mind right now? Is fear limiting you? Is doubt paralyzing you? Or is it gratitude, faith, and burning desire? Because the mind is never neutral. If you don't lead it, it will be led by your inner enemies or outer circumstances. And here's the truth. You'll never stand with the victorious if you let fear sit on the throne of your mind. Hill taught that the mind is like territory. If you don't claim it, something else will. Stress, pessimism, negative inner voices. We'll take command. Taking back control begins with owning your thoughts, and that requires courage. Courage to take full responsibility for every thought, every emotion, every desire. Modern neuroscience confirms it. Our brain physically rewires when we exercise mental discipline. Focusing on gratitude, purpose, and determination activates circuits of resilience. Those we call strong-minded didn't just wake up that way. They forged their mental power, deliberately, daily. Hill spoke of burning desire in 1937. Today, we call it an unshakable purpose. It's not just wanting money or success. It's a commitment so deep that every other priority fades. Picture a man who wakes up each day with this phrase in his heart: "My purpose is to transform lives through conscious prosperity." That's not a goal. That's an identity. Purpose fuels the impossible. When it burns inside of you, failure is no longer an option. Even with no resources, anyone can advance. Because purpose summons courage, and courage fuels action. Hill described autosuggestion as the most powerful tool of all. Daily repetition builds the subconscious. More than experiences, more than others' opinions. It's the internal story we tell that shapes who we become. Have you noticed how saying "I will fail" feels inevitable, but saying "victory is certain" brings unexpected energy and clarity? From Einstein to Hill, autosuggestion shaped fundamental breakthroughs. Churchill used to shout aloud, "We will win," even during the darkest bombings. He knew the mind precedes reality. Choose a phrase aligned with your purpose, for example, "I am the master of my reality." Repeat it with emotion out loud for 5 minutes every morning and night. After 21 days, observe, how does your subconscious respond? What new doors begin to open? Self-discipline is the bridge to transformation. Hill had 5 principles in his daily routine: positive thinking, autosuggestion, organization, decision, and persistence. He knew human willpower is fragile, but disciplined behavior produces extraordinary results. Discipline is the bridge between thought and reality. This shows up in the lives of great entrepreneurs. Steve Jobs worked until his voice gave out. Oprah Winfrey stayed committed through countless rejections. They shared one trait: relentless consistency even in the storm. Do what you don't want to do, even for just 5 minutes. Do what others avoid, even when no one's watching. When you're exhausted, whisper, 5 more minutes. Those repeated minutes turn into months of transformation. Hill saw adversity not as a curse, but a multiplier of purpose when faced with wisdom. Consider Katharine Graham, a journalist who became the owner of the Washington Post. After losing her husband and facing political pressure, she rose as a leader. She didn't avoid the pain, she used it as a compass. This proves risk is inevitable, discomfort too, but how you respond with a mental fortress defines who you become. Let the weak say, I am strong. That verse is the mantra of inner power, a victorious declaration, a vibrational key. Negative thoughts are not visitors, they are intruders, and any time you let them stay, they take root. This is the mental hygiene Hill spoke of. Just as you protect yourself from germs, protect your mind from doubt, fear, and self-pity. Every time a limiting thought appears, replace it with a declaration of faith. Imagine your mind as a temple. Only positive energy is allowed inside. Do a mental audit each week. What are you reading, listening to, watching? Surround yourself only with inputs that elevate you, not destroy you. And know this, you are not an island. Your mental circle shapes who you become. Hill taught us to build a circle of influence, filled with people who speak greatness, radiate joy, and nurture hope. Avoid those who mock your dreams. Surround yourself with believers, visionaries, builders. Create a mental pact with 3 people who believe in your calling. When you decide that failure is no longer an option, everything changes. Churchill said, "Never give in. Never, never, never." He understood that removing the emotional possibility of failure alters the future. Hill proved this mindset not only attracts opportunities, it invites invisible strength, divine timing, and resistance to collapse. Try it now. Look in the mirror and say firmly, I am unshakable, I am unstoppable, I am indestructible. Repeat this every day for 30 days, morning and night. Then evaluate. After 7, after 14 days, are you more focused, more energized? In the end, it all comes down to one choice. Accept mediocrity as fate, or take full command of your mind. And purpose. Mental attitude is a faucet, you control the flow. And Hill left us with a truth that echoes through time. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. You are already in motion. You've read, heard, breathed this truth. Now take the next step. Apply it. Decide today that your mind only thinks like your new self. Surround yourself with people who lift, energies that inspire. Use your inner voice as fuel and your discipline as the foundation, because you were not born to survive. You were born to lead. And it all begins in the mind.